What's up, you guys? This is CJ with Top Star Detailing Las Vegas. I got Jeff with me, the owner of the business. Today, in today's video, we're going to be reviewing 3 things from Ethos Car Care. They reached out to us on YouTube and wanted to send us a little kit of their stuff for us to review, so super excited to try it out. The first thing we're going to be reviewing is the Total Wheel and Tire Cleaner. This is deep cleans wheels, rims, and tires. It says it breaks down brake dust. The vehicle that we're doing right now is an Audi that Jeff ceramic coated a while back, so we're gonna see how this performs. It's pretty dirty. What's the second thing?
Yeah, so the second thing that we're gonna be doing is the Ethos Pure Shampoo. It's a pH neutral soap, which is really important. As Cor mentioned, we did do a ceramic coating on this vehicle. He's one of our maintenance clients, so we wanna use something that's pH neutral that's not gonna strip down that coating. And then the third product we're going to be going through from Ethos.
It's this giant drying towel that they sent us. This one is the Max Twist Loop.
Yeah, 2000 GSM. Super soft, super thick. It's a pretty heavy towel.
Yeah.
So pretty excited to try this out. We're going to use this in conjunction with the last product that we're going to be reviewing is the Ego Blower 880. So this one's pretty powerful. I think this is the most powerful blower, electric blower that you can get on the market. So we're gonna use this with that towel and show you how they both work.
All right, let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
So guys, the directions on this Ethos Total Wheel and Tire Cleaner basically just says, spray it onto the surface, allow a few moments for the cleaner to penetrate. Do not allow the product to dry on the surface. Agitate it with whatever you have and then rinse thoroughly. So pretty normal process. So let's go ahead and give that a try now. All right, Jeff, so what's the process, man? How are we gonna start this wheel?
So we're gonna start off, usually what we like to do is just give it a quick rinse down first. It's gonna kind of just get rid of everything that's loose on there. It'll keep the brushes a lot cleaner from just stuffing them in right off the bat. You hear that?
I don't hear anything.
Exactly, the new EcoFlow. You don't hear any noise in the background other than the leaf blower off in the distance from the landscapers that follow us around for every detail. But aside from that, it's nice to not have that generator cranking in the background. We only got noise when you squeeze the trigger. And it's still pretty minimal, you really don't hear it. So let's dive into this product here, guys. We got the Ethos Total Wheel and Tire Cleaner. We're just gonna apply this on, a little misting. Get the brakes. We're just gonna let that dwell for about 30 seconds, let it kind of eat away at the brake dust, do its work, and then we'll get in there with the brushes and start removing that. One thing about products like this, when you're working in direct sunlight like we are here, even though it's October, it's not extremely hot, you want to be mindful that you don't keep the product on there too long in sun because it can stain the wheel. So we're just gonna give it a few more seconds and then we'll jump in.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so I'm gonna start off with our finger mitt from Max Shine. This is nice because you can get in that little seam on the rim there. You can get behind the spokes with this and really just kind of get every angle. You can work it into the little small crevices here where you're gonna have trouble getting like an actual sponge or wash mitt in there. So we're gonna use this on the face of the rims and behind the spokes. And then we'll use the barrel brush to get deep in the barrels there and clean out that brake dust buildup.
Okay.
Now we're just gonna use our little detail brush here to get into the lug nuts. You don't wanna neglect these because you will see the brake dust on there later when the wheel's dry. So you wanna make sure that you clean those out really well too. We'll also use this to just get the brake caliper here, give that a little clean up. So then for the barrels on this, we like to use a soft wheel brush on these so it doesn't scratch. You're really just kind of getting in there, getting out that brake dust that goes to the back of the barrel of the rim. Gonna give the tires a little misting here too. These aren't really dirty, but you know, they do have a little bit of like shine buildup on them, nothing too crazy. Where the hell is my wheel brush?
The brush is missing.
There we go. So now we're gonna give it a quick rinse down, see what we got. Looks pretty good. Looks like it cleaned up pretty well.
So would you consider replacing like a brake buster with that?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a good product. I would say it's on the level of like a brake buster or a nano. Again, guys, it really doesn't matter as far as like which product that you're actually using. If you find something that works, it gets the job done for you, you're happy with the results, and it's cost effective, then just go, it works for you in your business.
So Jeff, man, what's the most important thing to be successful as a new detailer out here?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I know probably at one point in time, I would have said like Google reviews or SEO, but it's not really any of those things. It's not having any particular tools or products. What it really comes down to is mindset, right? Having the right mindset as a new detailer, that you're gonna do whatever it takes to be successful, right? You're gonna go all in. You're gonna focus on those like daily routines and habits that are gonna lead you to success. So it's really about just having that winner's mindset, that you're willing to do whatever it takes and become that professional, become the best version of yourself.
All right, what are we doing now, Jeff?
All right, so we're about to start on the exterior. Before you guys out there start saying, oh, you're supposed to foam it before you rinse it down. Out here in Vegas, it gets extremely hot, even though it's October. Right now it's in the mid 80s. We're working on a black car, so the paint is extremely hot to the touch. You want to cool the panels before you just go and foam it down. Otherwise the foam's going to dry really fast on there. So that being said, we're going to just give it a quick rinse down, you know, bring the temperature down on the panel. You can see that ceramic coating. Look at that water just rolling right off.
Jeff, what coating is that, man? It looks like it's working really well.
Yeah, that's our go-to coating that we use on pretty much all of our ceramic coatings. It's Geon Mohs, the Evo. Really good coating. It's super easy to apply. And I mean, you can see we did this, man, it's been probably about 9 months ago, maybe a year ago. And it's still performing like crazy good. Look at those beads just roll right off.
So Jeff, man, a lot of people question how we're so successful, man. What separates us from other detailers?
What separates us from other detailers? I would say, you know, for us, it's a lifestyle, right? It's not just like a hobby or like a side gig for us. We don't have other jobs. We pretty much do this 7 days a week, sunrise to sunset. So, you know, we eat, sleep, and breathe detailing. It's just literally ingrained into our lives now. We're all in on the business, and, you know, we take it very seriously. As a professional, you have to be committed to it at that level if you want to be taken seriously by your clients. It's like, how do you show up? Do you show up in uniform with your shirt, your hat? Do you show up with your setup all dialed in? Or, you know, you showing up in ragged out clothes with all your stuff falling out? It's all about how you present yourself to your clients. And that first impression is really important. Whether you realize it or not, clients are judging you in the first few seconds that you roll up. So you want to leave them with that first impression where they're going to want to keep doing business with you, right? And obviously it comes down to the final result, that you leave them with a nice clean car. You do a great job. You're very friendly with them, your customer service. So it's all those things stacked up together. But to sum it up, to circle it back to what I was saying, is it just comes down to, it's a lifestyle for us. So it's what we do.
But Jeff, man, something that people are gonna wanna know after 3 years of doing this full time, does it feel like a job to you?
It doesn't really feel like a job to me, no, because it's our business too. So, I mean, essentially, like, we set our own hours. If we want to take a day off or something, we can block off the schedule and take a day off. You know, and you're gonna get out of it what you put into it, right? So for me, I enjoy it, right? I like the grind, especially like this time of year when the weather's nice. I love being outside. I love working outside. It does suck in the summertime sometimes, but I never really look at it as like a job where like, I would rather work 80 hours for myself so I don't have to work 40 hours for someone else, if that makes sense to you.
Definitely.
So again, guys, what we have here in the foam cannon, we got our Ethos Pure Shampoo. It's diluted about 1.5 glugs to two glugs maybe for this full cannon. The rest is deionized water. Now that the panels have cooled down a bit on the car, again, it's important, even though it's not like, they're not cold to the touch, but it brings it down another 5 to 10 degrees, which is really important in this type of heat. That being said, we're gonna foam the car down now and see what we got. Smells really good, huh?
Wow, really
I like
thick.
it. Yeah, it's pretty thick, smells good too. Taste it. Super thick, look at that. It's like shaving cream. That's gotta be one of the foamiest shampoos that I've ever seen for car shampoo.
And Jeff, this car's ceramic coated. Typically when you put
Yeah,
pH
normally
neutral
with a
soap,
ceramic
right?
coated car, like, sorry to cut you off,
It's
but,
okay.
but yes, it would normally just kind of like water down and roll off, right? But that's staying pretty thick on there.
It's sticking, it's got some grab to it. And it's pulling super nicely. Let's see how it feels under the mitts.
Okay, we're gonna switch over back to the pressure washer. Again, guys, for you newbies out there, you wanna make sure that this is locked in tight. Point it at the ground first. Don't ever point it at the car. You don't want that to shoot out, hit the car. All right, that being said, we're gonna jump in here and start washing this up. Oh, it's smooth. It just glides really easy on here.
How much pressure are you putting?
Just very light, man. I'm just letting the mitt do its thing, not really applying any pressure. You don't need to. And
How would you say this compares to like GSF, which is kind of what we normally use?
GSF is a great foam too, a great car shampoo. I think it's probably a little more pricey, but that's another good pH neutral soap. We also use, what's the other one? Pearl. Sometimes that's another good option. Let us know what you guys are using out there. What are you using in your foam cannons for pH neutral soap? Do you like it? Do you have good results with it?
Go pick up a bottle of this and tell us what you guys think. This is performing well so far. And I don't have to wash the car too because I'm filming.
All right, so now we're gonna be testing out the Ego 880. Again, guys, this is a ceramic coated car, so it's gonna work really well on this. We have used this on cars that aren't ceramic coated as well. So let's show you how it works. Plenty of power on this thing. One thing you do want to be careful with this, I'll show you on the tires, I'm not going to show you on the paint, but you want to be careful that you don't get too close with this. What happens is if you get within a couple inches, it will actually create like a suction effect and it'll suck into the paint or the whatever you're drying. So for example, it pulls in. So once you get to about that far away, you just want to be mindful of that. If you're working on paint, don't get within this range here. It will pull that into the paint. We learned that when we were experimenting, just drying tires. Luckily, it was on a tire. Just pulled it into the tire, so it didn't really do anything. So just something to be careful of when you're using this unit. Okay, so the Ego blower does a really good job with drying it. One of the benefits about using a blower like that, especially in the winter time, is you can get 90% of the water off the vehicle. You're gonna get a lot more out of your towels that way, right? So if you just use the towel first to dry the vehicle, the towel's gonna get soaking wet. It's not gonna dry out throughout the course of the day in the winter, so you're gonna need multiple towels. So a good way to conserve your towels is blow the vehicle down first, get as much water off as possible, and then you're gonna maximize the time you're gonna get out of your towel throughout the course of the day. That being said, since this is dry, we are just gonna give it a quick wet down again so we can show you how the towel works. So we're gonna use our Ethos big boy towel, 2000 GSM, twisted loop. This is a heavy towel, but it's super soft. You don't have to really apply any pressure. Just kind of drag the towel, let it do its thing. One pass. Yeah, this is nice. It's a really soft towel. One thing you want to be careful with big towels like this, when you're doing the sides, you don't want to let the bottom of the towel drag on the ground. What I usually like to do is just kind of fold it so you can get your hand on it like that. Yeah, two-handed. But yeah, this is a really high quality towel. Usually we use the Dreadnoughts, which are also really good towels. I would say this is probably a level above that. It is a much heavier towel.
Well, we'll see how it lasts as we run it through the washing
That's
machine.
true, yeah. I mean, this one hasn't really been through the wash cycle yet. As far as washing towels like this, guys, you want to do it on delicate, cold. We use Rags to Riches, which is specially formulated for washing microfiber towels. And then we usually just let ours hang dry, air dry. We don't run them through a dryer. So you're gonna get the most life out of your towels if you take care of them like that.
And then as far as our microfiber towels go for like wipe downs and stuff, man, do we wash those as well?
Nah, we don't wash those, man. We just cycle them down. So we'll start off with the smaller microfiber towels, usually use them for glass first. And then, you know, we'll cycle them down to like either door jambs or tires or engine bay. The cost on those, we get them for like in bulk for like 20 to 25 cents a towel. So they're super cheap. I mean, the cost to washing them versus just buying new ones, I'd rather just start off fresh with new ones on them and kind of cycle them down. But let me know what you guys do out there. Are you washing your smaller microfiber towels, or you just like cycle them down from new glass towels on down through to like door jambs, engine bays, things like that? Drop it in the comments below. Another thing that the blowers are really good for is blowing out the grill areas here. You can get all this water that built up. One thing we forgot to cover is this actually has a turbo feature too. I don't know if you can zoom in on there, so it says turbo. So check this out. That will use up the battery a lot faster using on the turbo rate.
So Jeff, man, if we're just keeping it on normal mode, how many cars do we get in a day out of that?
I would say typically we're getting around 3 cars to a full battery. That's drying the wheels, blowing out all the grills, all the seams. 3, maybe 4 cars, depending on the size. We have a backup battery for this too that we keep in the van. So if this one does die on a busy day, we can swap them out. We have our charger in the van, so we can recharge the batteries throughout the day as well. It's like up my leg in there. I'm like, ah, help me, Corum, help me.
Jeff, man, what would you say holds most detailers back from growth?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would say, you know, similar to what we say, average is the enemy of excellence. I would say comfort is the enemy of growth, right? So when you're in that comfort zone, nothing ever really grows in the comfort zone, right? So, you never really want to get to like a level of comfort where you're just kind of like happy getting by, right? You constantly have to be setting goals, but then moving the bar as you get close to those goals, right? You never actually like reach the peak of the mountain and then you say like, I'm here, now I'm good, right? You're constantly just looking for progress, for improvement. And you know, in progress, it's something that it's continuous, right? It compounds over time. So you're always on that path of progress. And so I just think really it just comes down to like not falling into that comfort zone that a lot of people fall into, to where, you know, they're watching Netflix or scrolling Instagram all the time. You need to focus your time on doing things that are productive for your business, that are helping you grow, helping you level up, both in business, just in life in general. So don't get too comfortable and stay out of the comfort zone. Okay, so before we close out the video, we just wanted to give a shout out to our guys over at Ethos. Big thank you to you guys for sending over the products. We really enjoyed testing them out. Again, we're not being paid to review these products or anything. These are totally unbiased opinions on us, just giving you our feedback on our experience using the products. I thought they were really great. The towel was amazing. Really liked the soap and the wheel cleaner as well. So let me know what you guys think. Have you ever used any of these products? What are your thoughts on them? As well as the Ego blower, if you've tried that out before, are you using that in your business? Drop it in the comments below. If you guys are getting value out of this content, do us a favor, drop us a like, drop us a sub. It helps us to keep providing free content for you guys out there, and we'll see you in the next one.